What is business communication all about? In this video, I'm going to answer the question, what is business communication all about? I will share a simple working definition of business communication with you and give you 3 questions to ask yourself before each communication. I believe that increasing your ability to communicate in business effectively and the ability to connect with others will drastically change the efficiency and the effectiveness of your leadership, your influence, and your career path. So I'm excited that you're spending your time with me today, and I want you to know that you will walk away with at least one actionable item, something that you can put into practice today. BusinessDictionary.com defines business communication as the sharing of information between people within an enterprise that is performed for the commercial benefit of the organization. In addition, business communication can also refer to how a company shares information to promote its product or services to potential consumers. I'll give you a more straightforward definition. All internal and external communication performed on behalf of a business. All right, let me break down internal and external for you real quick. Internal communication is performed for clarification, leadership, persuasion, brainstorming, and information transfer within the organization. External communication is performed for marketing, sales, customer service, managing expectations, information transfer, and persuasion, and this happens primarily with clients, potential clients, and vendors. Now, can you see how business communication is the foundation of all business? You communicate to start a business, and you communicate to grow a business, and every step in between. If you fail to communicate effectively, it can cost you time and money. And I discussed this with precise numbers in a recent video on why effective communication is important in business. I have a link for you in the cards and the notes below. So how much of your day is spent communicating? How much do you communicate? Let's do percentages. What do you say? 20%, 10%, 50%? How much do you communicate in a day? All right, do you have your number? Let me give you the answer. According to a study by McKinsey Global Institute, they found that leaders spend about 80% of their workday communicating. So the question is, how effective are you at communicating? Methods of communication change, but connection is key. I love this quote from John, my mentor, John Maxwell. That's me and John in that picture there. And he says this. He says, methods of communication change, but connection is key. Connection is key. And that is what your employees want from you. That's what your clients want from you when they're working with you. They want a connection. It doesn't matter if it's internal communication or external communication. There are 3 questions that you must answer when communicating with someone. And here they are. Let me share them with you. The first question you want to answer in your head while you're preparing to communicate with someone is what's the real purpose of this communication? Ask yourself that question. What is the purpose of this particular communication? Is it to transfer information? I'm just trying to let them know, hey, we're repainting the parking lot, so don't park or your car will be towed, right? That's a transference of information. I need you to stay out of the parking lot. We're repainting the stripes. Okay. Or is it to elicit an action? Hey, team, I need everyone's report in my inbox by the end of the day on Friday, right? You need an action. Or is it to build a deeper connection? Are you trying to build a more profound connection with the people on your team or with a potential client? Maybe you ask, hey, tell me about your kids. What do you like to do when you're not here in the office? Or ask yourself the question, what is the purpose of this communication? Or maybe it's a question. What are you asking? Why are you asking the question? What's going on with new clients? So the first thing you must do when you're considering communicating with a person is to understand the purpose of that communication. The second question you have to ask yourself is, what is the perspective of the person I'm trying to communicate with? Each of us have our own perspective, and thinking first about what someone's view is helps us to frame our communication. It's the old put yourself in someone else's shoe statement. Sit in their seat for a moment. View it from their perspective for a moment. Maybe they look confused in a meeting. Well, why did they look confused? Why did they not understand? What did they not understand about my communication? What is their perspective? Where are they coming from? What was unclear about what I was saying? Understanding the perspective of the person that you're trying to communicate with will significantly enhance the communication that you send to them. I have a friend that he has a saying. He says this. He says, the communication is in the response. Let me say that again. The communication is in the response. You can understand how well you communicated a thing by the response that the other person gives you. I recently spoke at a conference for loan officers, and I mentioned that the average American acquires 3 mortgages in their lifetime. Now, if I do something 3 times in my life, I'm not going to be very proficient at it. I'm not going to remember the details of how I did it. I'm just not going to be that good at it. I won't know what to expect every time. But loan officers, they write up loans every day, right? And so there's a huge gap in expectations between the loan officer and the person getting the loan because they've only done it 3 times in their life. So if you can clearly communicate realistic expectations to that client, it's going to be a much smoother process, and disappointment can be removed simply through clearly communicating. But first you have to ask the question, what is their perspective? Where's my client coming from, or where is my employee coming from? And let me try to figure out where they're coming from, where I'm coming from, and meet them in the middle. Maybe you didn't understand where they were coming from when you made that communication, or you shared some information. In every communication, we want to take a moment and first ask the question, what is the purpose of this communication? What am I trying to communicate? What am I trying to convey? Do I want a response? Do I want a more profound connection with the person? After we do that, we want to ask that question, what is their perspective? So what am I trying to communicate? What is their perspective? Where are they coming from? And, speaking about perspective, let me just say this real quick. Let me do a little exercise, if you will. Close your eyes for a moment, if you would. Please close your eyes and just imagine with me, as long as you're not driving, right? Imagine a beach ball, right? You have a beach ball. It's a multicolored beach ball, and it's got segments, just like segments of an orange or something like that. And let's say there are 6 segments, and it has a red segment, a blue segment, a yellow segment, a white segment, a green segment, and an orange segment. It's a ball, right? And say I'm standing on a stage holding this beach ball, and you're sitting right in front of me. But your coworker is sitting to the right of you 20 or 30 feet. And another coworker is sitting to the other side of you, another 20 or 30 feet. And I'm facing you, and I'm holding this beach ball. And I say, what color is the beach ball? I'm holding it on my chest. What color is the beach ball? I'm holding it top to bottom so you can see the color that's in front of you, right? You shoot up your hand, you say it's red. The person on your right says no. Your coworker says no, it's green. And your other coworker on your left says no, that's wrong, it's white. Well, who's right and who's wrong? The answer is you're all right from your perspective. You see it from your viewpoint and from your seat. What is the perspective of the person that you are communicating with? Now, you can get into an argument and say they're wrong and they have the wrong perspective and everything, and you can be right, or you can pursue a relationship. I want to encourage you to pursue connecting with the person, seek to understand their perspective, seek to understand where they're sitting, and then navigate to where they're at. If you ask yourself those 2 questions, I'm telling you, you will tremendously improve your communication skills, and you'll be an above average communicator. If you just ask yourself those 2 questions, you'll be set. But if you want to be in the very top percentile of excellent communicators, you'll have to go a level deeper. I don't have the time at my command to thoroughly teach you everything there is to know about this topic in this video. But I want to say this, the very best communicators, they recognize patterns of human behavior. So the third question you need to ask yourself is, what is the person's personality style that I'm trying to communicate with? Now, I've been married for over 18 years now, and a significant key to the success of my marriage is that my wife and I have opposite personality styles, and we celebrate it. We don't try to fix it. We don't try to change it. We don't try to complain about it. And for the same reason, I'm asked to help C-suite leaders, business operators, and medical doctors work on their communication skills, because I share a simple way of recognizing patterns of behavior and communicating with people the way that they want to be communicated with, not how I want to be communicated with. It's not about me. It's about the person I'm trying to communicate with. I talk about this more in a video called the 360 Communicator, and you can get that in the cards above or in the notes below. But if you lead an organization or you're a business leader looking to move your career and influence to the next level, or maybe you have a team that's looking to get better at communicating with each other and clients, I want you to reach out to me at drewtjackson.com/contact and let me know what you're looking for, and we will solve your problems. Thank you so much for listening to this training. I hope it was helpful. I hope the definition helped you out. I hope you ask yourself those 3 questions before you engage in your next communication, whether internally or externally. And if you found value in this video, please like and subscribe to the channel so I can share more of these great videos with you. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you on the next video.
If you found value from this video, please like and subscribe to the channel. To receive the free influence assessment, simply click on the link below that says Influence Assessment. If you have any questions or comments about influence, please comment below and I will look forward to connecting with you. Always remember, increase your influence, realize your dream.